channel. It is the 3rd of March. Today it is Friday the 3rd. We are going to take a look at Flare Network / Tether. Ticker symbol FLRUSDT. This is the KuCoin data. Flare has been getting hit pretty hard, to say the least. Potential support showing up, and what to kind of look for moving forward into this Friday. Real quick, let's take a quick glance over at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin currently down 4.75%, which would be, looks like $1,114. Potential support coming in at 22.5. See if that holds today. If not, below the market, 21,694. That I think should hold. But if not, it's down to the 20,678. So far, though, we do have a lower low. Like I said, though, if we find support, it could be some kind of a double bottom. And then we're looking for a move to take place. But right now, Bitcoin looks pretty sick, which isn't helping the market. Besides Casper, which is actually in the green. All right, guys, back to Flare. So we spoke about this in, it could have been our last Flare video. I'm not 100% on that, but sometimes you'll get breakouts from these patterns, and then it's actually like a shakeout, a failed breakout. So we were ping-ponging in this pennant pattern for a little bit of time. You can see we lower highs and higher lows, ping pong, and then we get into, we actually had a nice breakout right here, the 21st of February, but that was a very weak close. We closed well below the midpoint range. We did close outside of the pennant pattern, but it was a very weak close, followed by basically all the way up until today, basically 9 days of a down market. On a percentage basis, the price is basically down 17 to 18% from the, call it a failed breakout. The day that followed that big candle, which was the 22nd of February, was a very weak day. So it was just not a good sign, guys. Resistance on that breakout came in at 49.10. I have it circled here. Still a very important level up in here, although it's pretty far away from the market currently. So sometimes you'll get that big breakout of the pennant pattern. Looked beautiful. It was a lower high, which was a concern, but it was a start. The close on that day, like I said, was weak, and then we actually did a complete reversal outside of the pattern and have headed lower. So definitely not the best case for Flare unless you are earning rewards or looking to buy more. You're getting a very, very good discount right now, in my opinion. We have so far moved away, as in moved back to the upside, away from our 3539 level, which is right here. So we have found support there once over in the end of January. You can see these candles hit that price and found support, especially on the 25th of January. We moved higher. Now we are back to that. So we hit a low on today's candle of 35.55, and our level is at 35.39. So didn't quite hit it, but got very close and are backing away. RSI is definitely getting oversold. It can go further, I should say. On this chart, it hasn't been, but it's the most oversold it's been on this chart for the history of Flare. But the RSI can, of course, get much more oversold than currently where it's reading, for what that's worth. I don't put too much weight on RSI, but I will leave it on the chart. So we'll have to see where this candle closes today, the 3rd of March. And maybe we see some kind of a relief rally out of here. Depends on what Bitcoin does. Like I said, Bitcoin looks pretty sick right now, but it could find support and rally, and that would definitely help Flare move to the upside, since it's definitely following the market right now, where something like Casper is showing strength right now. Last night it was looking very sick as well, but right now it's actually back in the green, so it might be finding support, and that's actually doing a counter trend move where Flare Network is following the trend. So we could get a V rally out of here, after this massive whipsaw to the upside and then back to the downside. This could be a bottom, which would, looking back, would be interesting because we're finding support at our 3539, or right above that, I should say. And then we could actually rally out of here. That is one scenario that could take place. If the price does rally, we could be finding resistance at the 3802, which is our blue line above the market. That's one area the price could struggle a little bit because we have some overhead supply there. We have overhead supply all right in here that could give the price a little bit of a challenge as it approaches that area. Above that is 3962, could also give the price a little bit of a challenge because we have all of this area here. So it was support. Now it's above the market, so it's actually resistance, and that is at 3962. If for some reason Flare continues to sell off, guys, below the market is 3410. That's the only level right now I have below the market as a potential stopping area. You might ask what that means. That means as the price approaches, let's say the 3539 fails today and we're heading lower, we could head down to that 3410 and maybe find support and move higher. Below that, I don't have any areas. It's some uncharted territory. Actually, it looks like I do have a 2790, which is way down there. I take that back. I did not know I had a level down there. 2790 is a potential area as well. That's if they really, really crush the price of Flare. On a percentage basis, is another 22% down there at the 2790 level. That would have an extremely oversold RSI if that took place. We'll see, though. So far, we're backing away nicely from the 3539. So maybe we get a rally, and then you would keep your eye on 3802, keep your eye on 3962, and maybe we get even a stronger rally and head up to that, back into the 4 area, the 4128 area. Time will tell. But this is a very interesting pattern here as we broke out of the pennant, failed, and then did a complete 180 reversal heading to the downside. We have talked about that in previous videos, maybe not with Flare, but definitely with some other assets, as sometimes that's what happens. You get a reverse in the opposite direction. You'll get the initial breakout, but then the trend reverses and goes the opposite way. We still hold all of our upper targets for Flare. Those are still staying on our charts, way up there in the high 4s, above that in the 5s. And then it looks like our highest target right now is up there in the 6-cent range. There is a chance that this is a double bottom. So let me show you that on the chart. Hope everybody has a great week, by the way. Thanks for hanging around with us this week, subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it, guys. If you were not yet subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All all thoughts, all opinions are welcome in the comments, assuming they are appropriate, of course. So we have this major area here, which was our bottom so far besides our initial candle on the 10th of January. And then we're pulling back here. So we could double bottom out of here. A real double bottom pattern, though, would actually undercut the low of the 25th of January. But we found support here once. Maybe we find support here again. We get some kind of relief rally. From there, does it hold? That's anybody's guess. Or does it continue to head lower? We'll see. It really depends on what Bitcoin does. Unfortunately, it's the elephant in the room. Only the strongest projects are going to buck that trend, keeping outside the fact that Bitcoin rolls over and then something like XRP and XLM and maybe Flare, don't know yet, will actually start to do their rally. But that's in like a bull cycle, the end of a bull cycle when Bitcoin rolls over, starts to underperform, though XRP, XLM in their history have shown that they actually rally at that point. And maybe Flare will too, but right now, Bitcoin is getting crushed. Flare is getting crushed. I mean, could be way worse, obviously, but it's definitely not doing what Casper's doing, which is actually it. Last night, it was looking not good, and this morning, it's up a couple percent points. So far, we found support down there at the 35, 39 level. And if you're looking to accumulate more, you have to make that decision, but maybe it is a good time for that. But anything's possible. We could continue lower, heading down below the 34.10 and maybe even lower than that. We'll see, guys. All right. I'm keeping this high over here with a circle on it because it is still important. We could see a rally out of here, keeping in mind all of our levels. That rally could be a lower high, though. We could pull back, create a higher low, and then the party can get started as we could really rocket out of that and put in that higher high. So this would be a lower high here, and then we could put in that higher high, and that big swing up can be very, very strong. The key is to keep your eye on this higher low. That you'll see a lot of charts. They'll put that higher low in, very quietly. And then the next candle or two that rockets to that higher high really gets people's attention. Keeping that in mind, this move is a higher low on the bigger scale. So this actually could be taking place from a bigger time frame. So we have this initial move down. Obviously, we were ping-ponging in this pennant pattern. Failed breakout. Breaks down below the pattern. But this, let me draw this on the chart. This low so far today's not close to being over, is a higher low than this low right here. So in theory, we have a higher low just on a longer period of time. So we could see a initial big rally out of here. It's just a couple different scenarios, guys. Anything is possible here. Obviously, this pennant pattern had a failed breakout and we are below the market. So it shows that this chart is sick and not looking too good. That doesn't mean, though, we won't rally out of here. We could still do that. But our nice pennant pattern that we had has completely failed and fallen apart, and we are to the downside, but we're finding support, so that's good. RSI is getting oversold, so that's good. Could it go further? Of course. If you are looking to buy more Flare, maybe today at these current prices is not a bad area to do that. That is something for you to decide. You guys have a great day. Thanks once again. We'll be back throughout today and the weekend with some more videos. See what these markets can do. If Bitcoin finds support, maybe we will rally. Thanks, guys. Take care.